Manifestation, law of action is in place today. So whatever you're getting today is coming in at you at full speed. So if you've been manifesting crap in your life, you've got crap in your life manifesting in front of you. If you've been thinking good thoughts and working hard on yourself, you've got all kinds of good stuff starting to turn right now. So put in the comments right down there how you're feeling specifically today. And have you noticed anything different in your dreams or the way that you feel this morning? Put that in the comments and bring that up right down over there. And also, do me a favor, take this button right here. Don't wait, do it now. Hit that button, send this to your friend, your mother, send it to a partner, send it to your kids. Send it to somebody you don't like who really needs to actually listen to this, okay? Thanks, Scott. How you doing, Scott? Expansive. Grand evening. Oh, yes. Haruka, thank you for doing your online class in Japanese. I put it up on my story. Also send it to, I think I tagged Ikwe on it too. Exhausted, sleeping in lately. I slept in this morning. Like for the morning maneuvers, I had both Lisa and Gail come and, hey Gary, knock on my door. Yeah, I slept in. That never happens. I'm always the first one up. Well, Gail's usually the first one up, but I'm usually right behind her. Manifesting out now where? Crazy coincidences. Yes. What state are you guys located? We're not in a state. Could sleep well. We're in Mexico. Hi there. Grand Rising. Ruby Jean, blessings go out to you. Strength and everything with your grandma. Boy, the coincidences never stop. Same as Cynthia's daughter's birthday. And Cynthia's daughter is actually going through a rough time too, and a bunch of other February 8th, 9th, and 10th people I know are having rough times right now. Dreams were very vivid last night. Good evening from India. Looks like we're going to be coming to India with all of our stuff soon. We had some Indian manufacturers here. They're going to be helping us. I don't know what comes next in my life. And I'm okay with it. There you go. And for a Virgo, that's really important. Virgo 2322. Hi, Annie. Feeling strangely run down, but can't pinpoint quite what's going on. Okay, that's normal to feel that way, guys, because today is it's a Grandmaster Taurus day in Aquarius. Taurus is that portal, it's that energy. So all of the stuff that you've been working on in Pisces. So everything that you've worked on all the way up to this month right now is coming through for manifestation. That means that energies that you would put out towards community, towards the spiritual process, towards the self-improvement, they're all coming through. And the Taurus is like this. It's basically the manifestation portal. So a lot of people, especially if you have a lot of Taurus in you, you're going to probably feel it today. Like you're going to feel either tired or energized, one of the two. I feel like a wrinkled passion fruit. Very descriptive, Maria. Full of reproductive energy, ready to spread joy. Reproductive energy, ready to spread joy. Thank you. Stacy, just did fascial maneuvers. Fascial maneuvers. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. You know why we don't say fascia movements or fascia maneuvers? Fascial is a word that we invented. You cannot trademark the word fascia, and you can't trademark maneuvers, and you can't trademark movement. But fascial maneuvers is a word that we own. We created that word fascial literally in 2014. It does not exist. It's not in the dictionary. We're the first ones to say it anywhere on the internet. Hola, Gary. Please tell us how I can reduce upper part of my tummy. Oh, upper part of your tummy? I'm guessing that you got a lot of worry going on, anger, and not following your desires. Follow the 28-day reset and then do partner maneuvers, but you're going to need to have the supplements. I'm making wands for my 22-degree wizards with wood from my forest. There you go. Happy Cantor. It's not the wand, Harry. It's the wizard. Greetings from Iran. Any chance you're coming to Sri Lanka? Not on the plans. Sorry about that. But Sri Lanka, lots of people are growing out there. There's a big, and if you haven't checked it yet, go check our story and you're gonna see a whole bunch of opportunities. So go to our story right now and you'll see a whole bunch of opportunities with retreats and coaches and all kinds of other stuff. We are coming to India soon. It looks like we'll be in India probably like October-ish, November-ish. Tomorrow, step 0 fasting day. Well, we're step 28, so we had 29, and then step 0 should be Wednesday, sometime in there. Yeah, Ruby Jean, I'm freaking ready. Be applying and interviewing for jobs, getting so many no's. Okay, there's a really good one. I'm applying for and interviewing for jobs, getting so many no's. No's aren't no's. Those are redirections. That means that you're not working in the right, either it's not the right person, it's not the right place. Thank the no. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. Each no gets you closer to where you want to go. And this is not one of those, you got to keep banging it out. Right now, you are attracting things that are the best for you, whether you know it or not. Tired, woke up. Crazy dreams last night, right, Len? Would Sagittarius feel it more today? Not necessarily, unless it's the other parts of your chart. So if you haven't done it yet and you want to learn more, we're going to be going into Astro Monday today. And Astro Monday with Chris Witecki, we're going to be explaining why. Now, Chris told me that all your exes are going to show up. You're going to have exes show up this last week. Well, my first wife called me and says, "You never guess, I'm just down the road." And then her doppelganger came over the weekend, Missy, and then my last wife called and had an hour conversation with me. And then, for those of you guys, my longtime girlfriend, Petra, out of Czech Republic, also called and spent time, all of it last week, just randomly, right? Did you guys have that happen? Put in the comments. Did you have your exes show up last week? And we're going to be talking about what's coming up this week. It's super powerful this week because we're going, you guys, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Today is pre-New Year's Eve. Tomorrow's New Year's Eve. I've been having loads of tension, neck, shoulder, doing lots of fascial maneuvers, energy buildup. Yeah, if you're doing fascial maneuvers for like the upper reset, then go down to the lower reset and do them down here. If you do upper reset a couple times and you don't get rid of the tension up here, it's not here. It's going to be from here down. So go do the lower reset. It's because what happens is when you do a lot of work up here, you're going to move the pressure. If you haven't done work here, eventually the pressure gets too intense. And that's why we're going to be showing people, starting in our performance series, we're going to be explaining how the body works in a new way. Because when you understand the body or understand the body that way, you will easily be able to figure yourself out. An ex somehow got through. An ex somehow. I contacted the ex. There you go. Whoa. It was 2 exes' birthdays on the weekend. Yes. Birthday dinner with ex. Look at this. All my exes don't always live in Texas. No ex stuff. You know, and it could have been also a dream. It could have been a lot of thinking about them. Okay, tomorrow, Milana McCann fascial maneuver workshop, and that's in Laguna Beach, right? I think that's on the beach. Wow, Scott, you got it all going on right now. How to start with the right pain on the right side of my body. Get off this live, go to our website, do the lower reset and the barefoot sprinter routine number 2. Come back in 35 minutes, tell us what happened. Have a pinched nerve in my right. The 28-day reset will help you with your pinched nerve, but most likely go do the upper reset and the barefoot sprinter routine number 2. Upper reset, barefoot sprinter routine number 2. It's on our website. Go over there, do it right now. Come back, Bridget, and tell us if it worked for you. Came out of the woodwork. Exes came out. What about my ex? Dreaming about my ex. Yes. Can urine therapy be used even if the person... Yeah. Listen, if it's in you, like think about this logically, right? We will take chemicals that are carcinogenic. We'll use them in our clothes. We'll eat them in our food. We'll put chemicals in. We'll put them in our mouth. And we're worried about something that's coming out of us? Come on. That logic doesn't even make sense. Doesn't make sense. I always like the one, it's like people or pus, but we won't do it another way. Hold on one second, guys. I'm going to check out my connection. Sorry about that. I had a bad connection. Okay, it should be working now. Sorry, I had a bad connection. Hey, Yelena, out there in New York City. Also, we have a class in New York City. If you're anywhere in the New York City, come out to the class. And also, again, go to our website, go to our Instagram page, and you can go to mine or you can go to Human Garage and look at all of the coaches events, look at all the retreats, look at all the current workshops that are going on. Yes, if you're not healthy, urine therapy is a feedback mechanism, just so you know. If you understood the body the way I understood it, then you would change your thought. Now, first of all, I got to tell you, all over the world, for hundreds of thousands of years, this has been practiced. It's only in this current North American version that it's not seen as valuable. And there's a reason why, because it works. It creates this signaling. You less than 3% of your toxins come through your urine. You have 70% of your toxins come out of your mouth and your nose from your breathing. 22% to 23% of your toxins come out of your defecation and your sweat. Only 2 to 3% at the max come out of your urine, by the way. Yeah, in our current certification program is to go through the 28-day reset lifestyle artist program, and then you can choose to become a coach or a facilitator. So you have to go through those first. In our performance program, we are going to be doing a paid for practitioner version where practitioners can go and just learn the content. They don't have to go through everything else. Bioidentical hormones for menopause. Thank you for asking. I was just with a practitioner out of Sweden doing a peer-reviewed study on menopause and using fascial maneuvers as one of the mechanisms. We have women between 50 and 67 years old coming out of menopause, and I'm expecting one of these women that's in the 65 to 67-year-old to get pregnant. Menopause is a condition of wear and tear on the body, malnutrition and wear and tear on the body. It has nothing to do with age. If it had to do with age, the age wouldn't be getting lower every year. It doesn't even make sense. We have women in their late 30s, early 40s going into menopause. That was never the case 30 years ago. Yes, you can drink your urine while you're on bioidenticals. As a matter of fact, your hormone production, let me tell you something about how a lot of your hormones, the reason why your hormones are dysfunctional, you should be on that, if you're talking about bioidentical hormones, you should be off those pretty quick. If you look at anybody that's in our network, I've done bioidentical hormones. No bioidentical hormones, I'm getting way younger. Feel way better than I've ever felt before. 28-day reset protocol, and then live that lifestyle. It works. Because what happens is, the reason why hormone dysregulation uses up so much of your energy. I mean, so much of your energy. And for example, when you go to sleep at night, your body fires all the hormones it needs to heal the body. And the instructions for those hormones go down in the water in your body and are held in the bladder. When you fast, like I do long term, I hardly even urinate in the fast because that water gets reabsorbed in the system because your body says, I have the formula for all those hormones. I don't have to use all the energy to make it. I can stimulate that. It's a custom homeopathic. So when you retake it back into your body, it actually builds the hormone profile that you need instantaneously. Again, for all of you guys who are poo-pooing it, no pun intended, or pun intended, It's just because you've been taught something completely wrong. We have a lot of menopause videos coming out. When I fast, I dry fast. I dry fasted for 2 weeks, fasting for 10 days, 15 days, 5 days, 3 days, all over, sometimes dry. I almost start every fast 3 days dry, no matter what. Yeah, we're gonna be doing more issues. We're gonna be doing more issues on menopause. Okay, we'll be putting more videos out on menopause. It's gonna come along with a couple studies though, and again, I'm also, if you have come out of menopause, I don't have the link yet, but do it anyways, because we are going to put an official survey up. If you've come out of menopause by following the Human Garage lifestyle, the fascial maneuvers, the 28-day reset, can you do us a favor and DM us and say, I've come out of menopause? And then we're going to put together a list of the people that are, and we're going to be interviewing some of you. We're going to be doing a little documentary series out of it. Yeah, urine therapy's got rid of all my hot flashes. 4M nickels. 4M nickels.
My God.
Hello.
Well, I was not expecting this morning. Good morning.
Well, you're in the right place.
I am, yes.
What's your name?
I'm so excited and nervous. My name is Michelle Nichols.
I'm Michelle Nichols. Where are you, Michelle Nichols?
I'm in Southern California.
Where in Southern California?
By Ontario Airport.
Oh yeah, okay. And when's your birthday?
I'm Christmas Eve, December 24th, 1979.
Oh my gosh, you are like totally. Do you know your degree of Capricorn?
I don't, and I've wanted to know for so long, and I wanted to know, how do I find out and where do I go and
You
all
go
that.
to astro.com and just type in your information.
Okay.
Yeah, so the person who runs our customer support, our support channel, her name's Gail. She's a Christmas Day, so you're most likely the same astrology as her.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So you're a doer. You can get stuff done.
I am, but sometimes a little too much, and I don't pay attention to my body and just slow down. So I'm definitely working on that, trying to calm down my nervous system.
Okay, yeah, that I can feel that. Also, you are learning to open up your heart
Very
recently.
much so.
Yeah, and you're learning to do it by speaking your truth recently.
Yes, it's been something that my parents got divorced when I was very young, and when I told the truth to the court and to the judges and mediators, got in trouble when I would get home. So I learned at a very young age to keep it all in, because it's safe not to speak your truth. So unfortunately, that was my narrative for many decades, but I'm learning now that I can change that, which is amazing.
So I feel you holding resentment. I feel my right side acting up. And I feel it's towards either the world, your life, or the men, possibly. Yeah.
I can see that, understand that, yes.
Okay, cool. That's why I use astrology. And then I just feel my body, and my body tells me what's going on.
There is something that's going on with my heart. I do have heart racing episodes. I was on beta blockers for a couple years, but then I just decided I want to get off of that.
More on the left side than the right side?
When I just feel my heart rate elevated, it just causes a little bit of anxiety, and it's like, okay, I need to slow down, and I'll slow my breath down, and I'll sit down, and I'll take that time. But when I get up,
so point to where you feel it exactly.
Well, it's not really one particular area. It's just,
okay.
I can feel it in my body. Yes.
Well, it's interesting because Capricorn's born at that time, depending on your degree. Like you literally could be you could be like a 2, 3, 4-degree Capricorn. Well, it's one of the things about it is you were born to find your heart and to speak your heart. Because when you follow your heart, that's where your power comes from. But you were born following this. So usually what'll happen is that will start to go away. Those anxious feelings is when you acknowledge them, and it sounds like you're already doing that.
I am doing it. I am seeing a functional medicine doctor that has helped. I've changed my diet completely, cut out all gluten, all corn, all flour, no red meat. Just really clean things up as much as I possibly can.
Yeah. And then so and do you mind me asking how old you are?
I am 44.
44. And you were into menopause, premenopause?
Yes. So I started having hot flashes actually prior to having my second child, but it definitely got worse. I had my daughter at 40, and then at 41, we both got COVID. We did not get vaccinated.
Yeah.
But I know. So I did have some heart racing issues after that, but they slowly subsided. Um, so the hot flashes were definitely waking me up in the middle of the night. I'd wake up just drenched, wet. It was just horrible. Obviously interrupts my sleep. Throughout my day, I was getting hot and cold, just very erratic. So I followed you and I said, hey, I mean, what's this going to hurt? So I tried it, and I will say I'm not diligent on the fascial maneuvers yet, trying to make the time for it, but definitely I do the urine therapy in the morning. And actually I stopped for 2 days. I had to donate blood for something. I had to fast. And then the following day I just forgot. And then the flashes started to come back and I was like, whoa. So it really told me how powerful it really is.
So when you're getting hot flashes, is it between 11 and 1 or 1 and 3?
Probably between 1 and 3.
Okay. So specifically, that's liver.
Oh, okay. You know what? I am taking something to detoxify my liver currently.
Okay, cool. And the liver is also about action and anger. So yesterday, I'm willing to bet you got fired up about something.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, probably a little bit charged yesterday because it was an action Aries liver day.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, action Aries liver date. Okay.
Yeah, and today's a manifest day, so you're manifesting this. You also have the proverbial horseshoe up the butt. Things tend to work out for you, but you worry about them too much.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so for you specifically, yeah, the urine therapy specifically started takes away the hot flashes, and the reason why it takes away the hot flashes is this: is that when you go throughout your day, your body goes through these different hormones. Every time you eat, your body builds because the food is a medication.
Yep.
So that medication, it fires a hormone array to solve an issue, which that issue is actually an emotion. So you have an emotion, you eat food. The food is one way of solving the emotion. Another way is it's like when people are hungry, if they go out and they do fascial maneuvers or they go, let's say they go slow, they move like through nature or something, they'll come back and often not hungry. So the food creates a bunch of a hormone profile, like a special cocktail that you need. Your body whips up a cocktail and says, this is what you need right now. And then throughout the day, it produces that to manage those hormones or those emotions throughout the day. Then when you go to sleep at night, your body then puts all of this energy into rebuilding your body. So in other words, it's healing. It's a constant formulation of hormones and things that you need, nutrients you need. And then what happens is your body goes, okay, I got it. And then it jumps it from the kidneys and the bladder. 30 minutes after your brain wakes up, your bladder then dumps, your kidneys dump your bladder. So like if you wake up in the middle of the night and go pee right away, that means your brain was awake 30 minutes before.
Mm. You know what I have to share with you, Gary? Sorry. So for decades, I would wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I just assumed I had a small bladder. So finally, I started doing the work on myself, right? And I went to a weekend course somewhere. And after that weekend was the first time in my life that I didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. And again, I was new to all of this, but my instructor told me about it the following class and said, no, that makes complete sense. You were not allowing your body to have an emotional release. So your body was making you force a physical release. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that makes complete sense. So now I sleep on my grounding mat. Now I sleep through the whole night and I don't have to go to the bathroom. It's just been such a change.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really powerful. So your body makes those hormones in the morning. You basically urinate out all of the things, all of those chemical formulas, because in the urine is the formula. It's a homeopathic. What is a homeopathic? What we do is we take something the body needs, we distill it in water, and then we take, so like if it's liver, your body, we distill it 30 times, but your body still has a signature of it. So your body has the blueprints to make that easily, because it's using energy to make it, to determine what it is and make it. So when you consume the urine in the morning, then instantaneously your body goes, oh, I know exactly what to do. It's back to the healing mode, and it rebuilds all the hormones that you're using to heal throughout the night, which is the end result of the day.
It's definitely made me a little bit calmer. I mean, of course, I still need to work on that, but
Have you got
yes,
energy from it yet too?
I feel like I'm less tired. I don't drink coffee. I drink my mushroom coffee in the morning, so I don't really do caffeine. It doesn't affect me either way, but I do find more energy, more calm, control of my emotions a little bit better.
Okay, so here, try this. Save a little bit, and or do it again throughout the day, and do it 3 times or 4 times a day for 3 days.
Oh, okay.
And if you are, even if you're fasted, you're going to feel like high as a kite in a good way, but functional. If you're not fasted, you'll feel like wicked amounts of energy.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm excited to try that. Thank you. And
And then,
still,
sorry,
sorry,
go ahead.
still add the diatomaceous earth and CMOS.
Yeah, yeah, and then also for the fascial maneuvers, take something like the reset, like the lower reset and a barefoot sprinter routine. It takes about 30 minutes. Just try add those in,
Okay.
and just take one reset. I know when it's coming in, there's a lot, but basically all of the movements that we have, the thousands of different videos, tens of thousands of videos, are all based on basically 10 basic maneuvers. They're all an extrapolation of those.
Okay. Great.
Yeah. And then you'll be even infinitely more productive than you already are, which is going to be surprising to everybody around you because you already do the job of 30 people.
Yes, I am a single mom. Partially, my husband's a pilot, so he's gone for days. So it is a lot to handle. So I look forward to trying the therapy a few more times a day and see how it works. Thank you. Appreciate that.
And when's your husband's birthday, out of curiosity?
He's 12/12.
Of course. He's he's probably either 20 or 21 degrees, probably a grandmaster Sag. You got to run your charts.
I would love.
So he's a grandmaster. Basically, your husband and you together are with an Aries in there is me. So if you guys had a baby, which you did, then it might end up like me. So do you have a child who's in
We have 2 children
one
together.
of the birthdays?
First son is February 4th, and our second.
Oh,
Yeah.
learning all about your emotions with that one.
Oh yes, he is sensitive, but such a lover. And then our daughter, she was born on May 28th, and she has just taught me so many things.
Brainiac. Yeah, she's gonna have 3 or 4 careers.
She's amazing. I literally have her pray over me, and she just it's amazing the power.
You're gonna run her chart. I think she could easily be a 5 degree or a 6 degree. If she's a 5 degree Gemini, she's a grandmaster Gemini. She's gonna be a healer. If she's a 6 degree, she's gonna communicate balance.
It's beautiful. It really is fun. She's a fun little girl. She's amazing. Well, thank you for
you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate it. The key point is that how long did it take for the hot flashes to stop once you started urine temperature?
I think, gosh, it's been a few months now. I mean, no more than a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty quick.
Helped. Yes, thank you. I got to run myself.
Yeah.
I just got out of the. Thank you so much, Garry. Such a pleasure.
Thank you for sharing.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's it. It works. Yeah. I love the comments that we get in the videos, man. They're like, oh, it's so gross. Oh, you can't believe it. I'm unfollowing you. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you for unfollowing me. Probably the one yelling in all the comments, anyways. For me, a couple mouthfuls, but that much per time. Yeah, I mean, you guys are watching my whole body change in real time, so it's part of it. But fascial maneuvers is
Stupid
the foundation.
thing.
Hi there.
Hello?
I'm just waiting for you. You got your video
Hi, I have the
frozen right
camera
now.
the wrong way. Sorry. Oh, hold on.
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
I know that happened the last time. Now can you see? Now you see my feet.
Feet.
Hold on. Now you can see. Hey, I can't see you, but I can't.
Okay, yeah, Ireland, right?
Ireland, I am indeed. I can hear you, but
But I talked to you before.
I can't. Yeah, I think he's your son. Was it last week? I think he's your son. You did talk to me, not on camera now. What was your other fella? And I didn't know me degrees and all that.
Right,
I'm a Scorpio. I
right.
am.
What is your
I
degree?
was born. I don't understand that. I don't know it. My date of birth is the 9th of the 11th, 1978.
Ninth. Yeah, so
Of the 11th, 1978.
well, it could be, I mean, it could easily be 17, 16, or 17 degree. So
Right.
what's
Okay.
so do you have
The question,
go ahead.
a question for you. Yeah, I can't sleep, right? I only lost my partner 3 years ago. On Paddy's Day, and I don't want to take any sleepers or that like that. Have you any? And I try meditation. My brain's just overthinking all the time.
Do you have problems going to sleep or staying asleep?
Well, I might sleep for an hour and then I'm awake.
Okay, what time do you go to bed?
I'll go to bed about 11. I'm awake
And you
since 4 o'clock. Like I couldn't sleep and then I went for a walk.
okay,
Then I
well,
come back.
you go to sleep around 11, you get up
Yeah,
before 1, right?
yeah,
Okay, so Scorpio, the
yeah.
organ that identifies as Scorpio is the gallbladder. It's time to
Oh,
clean
gallbladder.
is
I have
11.
gallbladder stones.
Yeah, and it's time to clean is between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. So that means that you're
Right, and right. How can I sort that out? Thanks
okay.
very
So
much
you
for answering
can,
my question.
first of all, you can deal with the emotion that goes with it is resentment.
Right.
So it's to talk to your resentment. Hello, resentment. Thank you for being here. What do you want me to see? And when you feel
Right, I do
resentment,
that. Maybe, sorry, I'm always interrupting. But I remember I was watching a video of yours, and it's about holding your liver,
yeah,
the least trauma.
yeah. So
And I
you
was doing that.
you could
I
do
was.
the
I
you
found
should do
that good,
the
but
you should do the entire lower reset. It's off our
what's it
website.
called? Sorry again.
The lower
What's it
reset,
called again?
lower
That's
reset off of
what
our
I was
website,
asking about.
and then
I will indeed. You're very good.
do the organ reset after that. And if you do that before you go to sleep, most likely you'll continue to sleep.
Oh, I'll be a happy girl. Then I will be. Thanks very much. You're very good. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm ready. I
Okay.
can't see you properly.
Okay.
But thank you. August good about good.
Thanks, Donnell. Bye bye. Is the organ gland timeline more in line with the sun cycle than the actual clock time? Scott, can you ask me a question in a different way? Let's just talk about it. Hey guys, it's New Year's Eve. Hey Scott,
Hey, see me?
I see your feet.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Scott, when's your birthday again? You're
Jan-
Virgo, right?
January
Oh,
16th,
Capricorn, January 16th. So that's 16, 8, 24, 20. Are you 25 degrees?
26.
26. Oh, you're Grandmaster Capricorn. My
26,
gosh.
10-degree Cancer moon. How do you like that?
Oh, yeah. So today, do you feel emotionally stable today?
Phone has to ring right now, huh? How is that interesting? Yeah, no, I'm always fairly, I'm very structural, so emotions don't really, maybe I need to be more emotional, but it never really makes me suffer or decline per se. But no, I feel
Right.
very stable today.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a 10 degree, it's a net 10 day. It's a 28 degrees. So basically, emotions should feel like they're connected to your thoughts today.
Well, yeah, very much so. I do a sunrise hike barefoot every day. So I'm so, then lately I've been doing the 40 days of, PLK and, connecting with the trees and the vines every morning. And the sun is just taking that to a whole nother level, really being able to, like, put into comprehension and intellectualization what I already feel inside, not putting words to it, understanding it on a different level. Definitely.
So
Yeah.
your question was about the sun clock versus
Well,
the.
yeah, because I'm very connected to the sun, which is a different clock time every day, which actually for the past couple of years since doing that puts me in a whole other place because the clock time, sun time is different than clock time.
Yeah, I would say
Like the
that.
sunrise is different each day. So I'm curious about when you talk about, I know there's a different cycles of the organs, but I'm associating that it's not the exact timing, that it's going to be more connected to where the sun time is based on sunrise, sunset than exactly, between 11 and 1. It might be 11:45 and 1:15 or something, if that makes sense.
I think the best way to say it is that that's why each organ has a 2 hour window,
Yeah.
11 to 1, 1 to 3, so that because it always seems to trigger like at one moment through that period of time.
Yeah.
So I think you're right. I think there's probably a 2 hour buffer either way, and and uh, and then the more north you go, I mean, I'm not exactly sure, but I noticed that like in Vancouver during the summertime, it gets dark at around 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And then it's up at 4 in the morning. I noticed that I'm up earlier. It seems like I just need less sleep too. And so I would imagine, and the other part too is your circadian rhythm is tuned to the Schumann resonance. So the frequency. So it's
Yes.
frequency
Yeah.
based, not time based.
Yeah, because I wake up like an hour and a half or so before the sunrise, which is a different clock time. And even I have a dog, and he comes in like an hour and a half before sunrise to start to get me going. And it's a different clock time each day. So in the winter, that's a totally different time than it is in the summer. So like he's on that, like he don't know what the clock says, but it's a different time each day.
Yeah, I think actually, I'm gonna actually think about that a little bit more because I know that based on performance, like I'm going into the performance program, we put a clock to make generalizations, but time only exists for humans, like you
Yeah.
said, doesn't exist in nature. So it's really the frequency of the heartbeat of the earth coordinates with our heartbeat, and then we walk around that. And so it's a Schumann resonance, and that's consistent. Well, it's relatively consistent. It's up and down, but it's overall, it's that resonance is the same. And then our cycle moves off that. So technically, if you put somebody into space, whatever we think space is right now, the
Yeah. Yeah.
Schumann resonance changes. And so what we have observed from long-term people in space that have been there for any length of time is that after 3 days that their clock changes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Because even that, the sun time being different, then there's even like the moon cycle, which is a whole another interrelating thing. Like I sometimes play with looking when high tide is and low tide, and that changes by an hour each day. So that's like a whole nother cycle that I like to play with. I even thought about eating by high tide, like the fish eat at a high tide and low tide, the slack tide. And, that's like solar time, which is also connected to reproductive cycles. So really trying to blend those cycles with the Schumann resonances. I know I'm afforded because I'm pretty much retired per se. So for the past 2 years, I don't really have a clock and a calendar, which totally changes my whole energy.
Yeah,
And it's
and
because that's
I mean that's
artificial.
the whole thing is that's what happened for me. Like I don't identify with a Gregorian calendar right now. I use an astrological, but I'll tell you something that I know for sure. Like UPS as an example uses 13 months of 28 days. So irrespective of what the day is, their schedule is built on 13/28. And so that I mean, and a lot of major corporations are done like that, like Fortune 500 big ones, the old ones, and also they plan on 30-year cycles, which is a
Okay.
Saturn return. It's a karma cycle. It's an entire life cycle of a human being. It's like and so I know that major corporations use this. They use the principles. They don't tell us why.
Yeah.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
because I sat by this pilot who was a Capricorn. Funny enough for UPS, he'd been there for like 28 years, and that's who he showed me how they use how the 28-day calendar cycle. Because if you're planning, like for example, if you're planning workload, time off, and stuff like this, then if you plan it around a 28-day cycle, then everybody is going to have the right time off, the right balance, come back into balance. But if we plan it on, if our cycle doesn't meet our need for rest, then
No.
what happens is we go to work and we're not efficient. So it diminishes the efficiency. And so we live on the astrological calendar. Today is the 28th degree. That's what I know. I do not actually know what day of the month it is right now. I literally cannot tell you. I have to look.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get that whole cycle incorporated in that I've been studying it. That's an interesting one. I mean, for me, it's I do understand. Like I know how I feel, and I have to look up to know how I feel. Like, but now I want to trying to tie it in to help understand other people is very interesting. Doing that now too. That's becoming more powerful. Really getting that into my head, those numbers and that cycle, because it takes me a little while to process that. But I'm very mechanical, so once I do, I'll never forget it. I understand it. Like I love the way you understand the numbers now. I'm a numbers guy. I even look at the chart as a wheel and like a balancing of a wheel where the weights are. And, once you can, really conceptualize that makes a whole nother story.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go a step further. Maybe later this year, early next year, I'm going to get a time-telling device in my space that like for example, from 11 to 1, which we're going up to, is heart. So if you want an appointment with me, it'll be 1/2 past heart.
Yeah, that's nice.
Because I can tell you if I have a meeting with you between 7 and 9, the balance of that meeting is worry and confidence. If I have a meeting between 11 and 1 with you or anybody, I'm going to be dealing with compassion and desire. If I have and so I can look at the actual organ and know what the theme of that 2-hour block is. It doesn't mean people are acting that way. It means that that's their internal dialogue.
The most opportune time to connect.
Yeah. I mean, if I wanted to build confidence on people, I connect with them between 7 and 9 in the morning, because
Yeah.
that's when their worry comes up. And if their worry's there and I can build confidence, well, then they're off for the day. That's why traditionally sales meetings and stuff like that would happen in the morning.
Yeah. Well, I love that clock. I mean, the sun time, as far as, I tell people that, with sleep cycles and all this stuff, it says, do you get up and watch the sun? I said, because if you get up and watch the sun, the sleep eventually comes automatic because that becomes your circadian rhythm.
Yeah, we currently watch sunrise every day, and we are going to be sometime this year finding a new facility where we get sunrise and sunset.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's really important when I do sunrise and sunset. Like when we stayed at Mayacon last year at this time, and we on the Siacon Peninsula, and on the house on the top of the house, we could see sunrise and sunset. So we did everyday sunrise sunset for 1 month. That fundamentally changed me as a human being.
Yeah. Yeah, I connect it. I do get the sunset more, but for me, then it's like the wind down time. Interesting. This morning when I was sun gazing, I was looking at this. Well, it's interesting because in the morning, because the sun is at a lower angle, the intensity is much less. You can sun gaze for long periods of time. When it's straight up in the sky, that's a whole different story. So this morning I was actually looking at it and I was doing like cross-eyed, which was interesting because then you see the sun in two pieces and you could split it apart. And then as you release the cross eye, it goes back together. So I was playing with that this morning. That funny that you're speaking of that, and that was a whole different energy of interpretation.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, listen, as you keep studying yourself, keep feeding back the information. I mean, I'm open to, here's what I know. I know that everything I learned about time and the human body, how it functions, I know it was all literally wrong.
Yeah.
And it gave me an information, but it never completed anything. So I'm interested in anybody who's looking at time, how the body functions, how they function, how their hormones function. I'm interested in that. And we're currently operating, I believe, the largest worldwide study on human health right now. And what we're going to do is start statistically feeding the information like this in here.
No, definitely want to connect with you sometime because I got lots of, you know me. I mean, you've been watching me. I've been watching you from when you first started. And, I just heard your message and I said, oh, he's on the money. I mean, because I've been playing with a lot of this stuff for a lot of my lifetime. But the past few years, it's all making sense more. But yeah, I mean, lots of things that are very interesting. I never really followed out it. Luckily, I've never followed allopathic or Western medicine for my health and well-being. So that's been an asset to me.
Well, Scott, I look forward to meeting you in person.
Yep. All right. Hey.
Take care, Scott.
All right. Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye. That's what a Grandmaster of Capricorn sounds like. Thank you, Scott, for being who you are. Casey Rooney. You know what's funny? I'm not an Aquarius, but I am in my progress chart. I'm a Grandmaster Aquarius. Pisces Aquarius. So I'm a 25 degree. So I'm a spiritual Aquarius this year. Next year, I'll be a 26 degree. So I'll be a Capricorn Aquarius. So yeah, I act like an Aquarius. That's why my actions are more Aquarian. It's your birthday. Wow. So you are a 28 degree. You're a 28 degree Pisces. Elaine, you have some interesting stuff going on in your life right now, right? By the way, if you're out there, don't send me a message asking to connect with you. I get 1,000 of those. Hey, let's just spend some time hanging out. I will hang out with you when you go through the 28-day reset lifestyle artist program. You become a facilitator, you become a coach, you become a partner of ours. That's where my time goes. And in our new performance program, if you're building something and helping somebody, my best time right now is facilitating and helping people who are helping others. This is my chance to get out and help people. But this is going to change. We're moving everything I'm going to move 100% of my conversation to the performance side here pretty quick. No, I know you didn't mean it that way, but I was just using that as a cue to remind myself to tell people, because I literally get hundreds of messages. Hey, can you just set up a call with me and spend time? And I'd love to spend time with everybody. It's just not practical. It's not reasonable. So I spend my time with people who have demonstrated that they're helping people. Brother-in-law passed last Wednesday. Yeah, a lot of people passed last week. Hello.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Annette.
Hi, Annette. And where are you, Annette?
I'm in Calgary, Alberta.
Oh, Calgary. Did I talk to you before?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So you're in Calgary.
Yeah.
It's not, is it cold there right now?
No, it's supposed to be like 15 degrees today. So I've been sitting out on the deck every morning trying to get as much sun as I can.
And when's your birthday?
May 10th, 1980.
What? Oh, May 10th. Wow, have
Yeah.
you been having a rough time the last couple weeks?
Uh, it's been up and down.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of up and down, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some
lots
days.
of everybody from May. I said it earlier. May 8th, 9th, 10th, been having high ups and high downs over the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Big time. Yeah, I've been having a lot of like sacral issues. I went through the 28-day reset with you and I lasted, I think, day 15. And I couldn't continue. The totally twisted, just, I don't know what it's unraveling in my sacral area, but I can't seem to get any release.
Mhm.
So I'm not quite too sure what to do.
Well, there's a couple things. What you want to focus on is the lower reset and the barefoot sprinter routine number
Okay.
2. Do you have somebody who can help you out?
No.
Okay. There are people in Calgary that are practicing, and
Oh,
I could send you to another Aquarius who's also a physical therapist who you could probably meet and get a hand from,
okay.
who's in our community.
That'd be great.
You go to ethos.pt.
Ethos.pt. Okay.
Yeah, and she's a content creator. She's in Calgary. Um, she is also an Aquarius. I think she even might. She. Second, hold on. When is her birthday? I have a feeling she might even have her birthday might be close to yours too.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, just check it out and just tell her I told you to reach out.
Okay.
And Christina. And and so the sacral issues is about how old are you?
I'm 30, or sorry, not 34, 43.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Okay. So basically, you're just getting the shit kicked out of you this year. This is your Pisces year, or last year was. You're coming into Capricorn right now, which is an 8 year. You're in your 7 year and an 8 year. So you're trying to find your spiritual process so you can make a decision about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to find my
Do you have kids?
path. Nope. No kids.
Okay. In a relationship?
Nope.
Want to be in a relationship?
Yep. With the right one.
Okay. So your sacral's connected to that.
Okay.
And it feels like to me that you're not speaking something to some men in your life.
Okay.
Does that connect?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. There's been a lot of family stuff that's kind of blown up the last few years.
Father?
Brother.
Okay. So it feels like you're not open to say something is the best way to say it.
Yeah. I think I'm more just get stuck in knowing how to say it in a way
Okay.
that will be received.
When's his
Off,
birthday?
March 8th. He's 5 years younger or 5 years older. Geez, my brain's
Okay.
like reversing.
Okay. First of all, you can't tell him anything. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And because and when you tell him, he's just not going to listen to you. So if it's preachy, the only thing he's going to hear is he's probably a quality time guy. Probably needs to have quality time, and he's only going to hear it when it comes in full submission. So in other words, if you have any ego in the conversation, he's not going to hear it.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, so you're Cynthia's daughter's astrology. Exactly.
Oh, interesting.
Your brother is my son's astrology. Exactly.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, and her daughter is going through the same thing that you're going through right now, sacral issues, because
Okay.
this block is keeping you from creating because you're
Yeah.
very creative, and that's what you're moving through to create.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to find my path and just feel stuck.
You
I
want
want
to
to help, but
try an Aquarian experiment?
sure.
Okay. So I know that energy is my son. It came from me, so I can hold space for there. And so
Freezing.
if you
Let me
talk to
move somewhere
me,
so you don't keep freezing on me.
okay. So
I was out on it. Okay, there. You're not freezing anymore.
perfect. Yeah, actually, I am quite warm right now. So if what's your brother's name?
Justin.
Okay, energetically, spiritually, he's open. So physically, he's not.
Okay.
So why don't you start off and say it to me, and then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wait in the wings and see if he changes something. That'd be our experiment. Do a little test.
Whew. Okay. I don't even know what to say.
Well, start off with how you feel. Talk right to him.
Mhm. Um, I just feel betrayed. I feel
Say
like he
Justin,
does, Justin.
and then be specific.
Justin, I feel like you don't value our relationship. Um, I feel like you don't value me as a person and everything I've been through and been trying to push through and the healing that I've done on myself. I feel you're too stuck on um, the material things, and I'm trying to focus more on obviously the spiritual aspect and what fills my soul. And it's you're just not willing to see that aspect because it just appears that you put a dollar value on someone's life. Like if they don't make X amount of money, they're not worth anything. It just deeply hurts.
Okay, I gotta get it. So repeat after me. Justin,
Justin,
I'm on my own spiritual path.
I'm on my own spiritual path.
I know in your heart you've been trying to guide me the way you think best.
I know in your heart you've been trying to guide me in the way that you think is best.
And it's not working for me right now.
And it's not working for me right now.
I know that at times you felt like I was emotionally detached.
I know at times you felt that I was emotionally detached.
And that hurt you.
And that hurt you.
I wasn't emotionally detached.
I wasn't emotionally detached.
I was just in my own world.
I was just in my own world.
It's time to end all of the judgment between us.
It's time to end all of the judgment between us.
I forgive you for everything that I've done to you.
I forgive you for everything that I've done to you.
And I forgive myself for all the things that I've done to you.
And I forgive myself for all of the things that I've done to you.
And I forgive you for everything you've done to me.
And I forgive you for everything you've done to me.
I'm clearing all of the karma that I hold in my body between us.
I'm clearing all of the trauma that I'm holding in my body between us.
I'm letting it go now.
I'm letting it go now.
Okay, breathe in through your mouth. Again. Again. Put your right hand on your sacrum, put it behind you, and your left hand, put it on your bladder.
Okay, let me just.
Okay, breathe in and breathe in orange. So breathe in through your mouth. Two. Breathe in an orange gas through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose. 3. I'm releasing all the fear I have in expressing myself.
I'm releasing all the fear I have in expressing myself.
I'm learning new ways to express myself.
I'm learning new ways to express myself.
I'm opening up my creativity
I'm opening up my creativity
to connect to the world.
and connect to the world.
Okay, put your right hand on your heart, left hand on your head. Breathe in through your mouth. 2. Three. I'm opening up my mouth to be heard, seen, and respected in new ways. I'm opening up my heart. Opening up my heart to be heard, seen, and respected in new ways.
I'm opening up my heart to be heard, seen, and respected in new ways.
Breathe in through your nose. 2. 3. I'm letting go of old narratives that have kept me trapped.
I'm letting go of old narratives that have kept me trapped.
I'm following my heart to open up my creativity.
I'm following my heart to open up my creativity.
Breathe in through your mouth again. And out. Okay. Got some tingling going on in your body I can feel. Up in your head on the back right side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can feel it. Your hands. Feels like the knees and the feet.
That's amazing. You can feel all that.
We're connected. So that's all of the centers of your Aquarius opening up so that you can draw in creation again.
Okay.
So you're stuck because you've been holding on to narratives about what is right or what is wrong. And Pisces, when they're not in a Pisces malfunctions, like when they're not present in their life or their bodies, they will often do things for the betterment of you, but it won't feel that way because he wants it to be better, but he might be holding on to a position, most likely holding on to a position because of his narrative. Well, what's right and wrong?
Yeah, it feels very, very like forced. It's like you don't know me. You're not trying to get to know me. You're trying to force it your way.
Well, he's also saying the same thing. Because he's all emotion and spirit, and you can easily disconnect from that emotional side to do stuff. And so, since you're young, he's been trying to get you to be more emotional, spiritual, and you've been more out there. It's like he has rules around emotions. He has rules around how people deal with him or address him or what's valuable. And you, it's like I just want it all be equal.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's see what happens. Let's just give this in your mind. This is already done. Something has changed. So now we've already done the work. So now every day, just document the change you see. If you don't see anything, that's okay. But let it come, like completely detach from the outcome and just let it happen. And I guarantee you that that this will radically shift something in him
Okay.
and you.
Right.
So why don't you do that and then report back and let us know what happens in 28 days.
Okay. I will. Thank you so much, Garry. I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
and reach out to Christina Ethos PT. She can help you with some partner maneuvers. She can help you either as a clinician or possibly just as another Aquarius. She's that kind of person. So
Okay. Wonderful.
what kind of work do you do out of curiosity?
Right now, I'm just kind of doing like remote office admin work. I've kind of lost everything during COVID.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're in that state. That's why. That's also too. All of that stuff is going to come together for you here, like between. Well, actually, yeah, you're coming up to it. You're gonna have by March. Sorry, by February 10th or 11th, you're gonna have just this influx of opportunities and stuff that works out.
In February, we're in March.
Sorry, my brain is gone by May 18th.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're shaking stuff off of you right now. So yeah, you're drawing in all the new. You're a born manifester.
Okay.
You just haven't when your sacral chakra is blocked, you're not manifesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't wait to see what happens.
Okay, thank you, Garry.
See ya.
Appreciate it.
This is crazy. Let's see here. Yeah, it's funny. Of course, she's Cynthia's daughter's astrology, and her brother is my son's astrology. And guess what? Just over here this weekend, these guys came in. One had a daughter. It was my birthday, and my astrology, and the other guy had the exact same. It was Cynthia's daughter and my son. So these energies keep coming up, which means that I'm processing it somehow. Somebody said, how do I do fascia maneuvers when I'm feeling emotionally flat? Well, it's also a physical exercise. So just do the physical exercise until your body, if you're feeling emotionally flat, most likely it's because you're not able to access the serotonin and dopamine. So do the lower reset in there, do it like a movement. Like if you exercise somewhere else, it doesn't have to be only for emotions. Eventually it'll come back in. Okay. Earth Angels Project. It's not fascinating, Ella. It's fascinating. I didn't hear that. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Wasn't expecting to go live.
Weren't you? Didn't you request?
I did, but I've requested a few times, and so that's what I wasn't expecting.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
We just missed you out in, Alan and I just missed you out in Malibu when you were out here.
Oh yeah,
And you met our friend Ikaika.
I did. So everybody knows. You can tell them because I know who you are. Tell me your name and your birthday.
My name is Dahlia. My birthday is August 21st, 1993.
Yeah.
And Alan, my husband, and I met you. Well, we were in the lifestyle artist like when it first
When it
started.
first started. Yeah,
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you guys have been cruising around for years and in and out, and you just finished your schooling.
Yeah. I just finished my PhD and continuing on to work.
In healthcare, of course.
Yeah, in preventive medicine, generally speaking, but in like young adults, cancer survivorship specifically. Yeah, and ever since joining Human Garage, our journey has just expanded so greatly into the physical, mental, emotional, metaphysical world. Yeah, so it has been a beautiful journey since meeting you.
It has been quite a journey. It's been fun to watch you guys too.
Yeah, it's actually funny that I'm joining through like my Earth Angels account, which is, sort of a nonprofit business that I've spoken to you about. So yeah, it's about cancer survivors. Sorry, you can also hear Benji.
I can hear Benji. Yes, Benji's a smart dog.
Benji always knows what's going on. Here he is.
He wants to say hello.
Hey,
Benji.
how are you doing? Hi, Benji.
Yeah.
He heard
So,
you in the background.
Also, too, you can see now you've been part of the parents
Yeah.
group, which, by the way, if you're listening to this and you want to get in with the children's Parents Helping Children's program, you go to the link in our bio and sign up. That program actually starts April 8th. So we have a 14-day program for parents to learn stuff about helping their kids and how to implement fascial maneuvers. Been pretty incredible to watch.
Yeah, it has been incredible to see everything and watch people's transformations, and just the way that they support each other is so incredible. It's truly inspiring, and I was so lucky to just, be an observer in the group. I hope now that I'm done my sort of academic side of things, I'll be more active in there. But it's an incredible thing that is happening, and I just want to see it, expand and grow and be available to more and more people.
So you and so you actually you actually have been working specifically through your PhD. You've been working with a lot of children who have cancer. So you've been working with a lot of parents and children. What do you notice different about the people that are in our group that are traditionally in the system?
What I notice is that the parents that are in the traditional system versus in the parents group here are really willing and open to work on themselves, and also see like a need to work on themselves and how that can impact the children. Whereas I think in the traditional sense, it doesn't even cross their mind that may be, I don't want to say 100% of the time, but most of the time it doesn't cross their mind that it's something that's necessary, because the energetic connection is just so strong between parent and child. And when you go into the traditional world, in a way, you're paralyzed by fear, because, you're just, these are the options given to you, and you don't think that there's anything else out there that can possibly save your child, which is understandable. But it's a stark difference when that healing is coinciding at the same time.
Do you think that, well, I mean, one of the things I've observed is that when the parents help themselves, the children get better fast.
Yeah. Hmm.
And would that, from what your observation is, would that be statistically true in your mind from your simple
Yeah,
opinion?
I mean, from my just observer analysis of being in the space for a decade, I would say yes, that is true. Statistically, I wouldn't have the data to analyze that, and I think that's probably where you'll come in the future, on
Yeah.
having that data. But just observationally, you can definitely see it's, of course, anecdotal data at this point, but you could definitely see the difference.
We're
Um,
gonna have the data soon,
yeah,
because with artificial intelligence the way it is, like for example, I have all these people right now. There's a lot of studies being run on the world around trauma release, around menopause, and around sports and performance in fascial maneuvers.
yeah,
And there's a lot of PhDs doing research paper, including it in there right now.
yeah.
And what with the artificial intelligence, what we did is we turned everybody into reporting machines,
Right. Yeah.
which is what you need for a study. So
Yeah.
we made it cool to talk about my stuff online and to be okay to show a picture of a rash.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to me, social media is such a big business, so to speak, because it's collecting data on people. And so I think the a logical avenue to go in the scientist realm is to really combine the fact that people are putting out data and information on themselves, and partnering that with important healing components like fascial maneuvers, and being able to collect data in that way in a voluntary fashion, and then helping people see the connections long term. But there's just such a division between academics and institutions and how to collect data and funding and all of that, um, you know, from an institutional standpoint, it's hard for people to bridge the gap.
It's the masses are going to win. Institutions have been driving the ship for a long time, but you can see even like in the parents group where they're help, it's the parents are winning. they're driving it. They're saying this
Yeah.
works. I'm going to continue this.
Yeah. I just started a new position as like a postdoc at UCI here in Orange County in sort of stepping into the world of integrative medicine. And you could definitely see that there is a lot more openness to people utilizing what they're calling integrative modalities, which is essentially anything alternative to the traditional methodology. And there are a lot of professors and scientists and doctors that want to help their patients with these methodologies, but don't know how. So I feel that there's expansion happening, but um, it's a slow and steady progress.
Yeah, I think it's gonna change. It's like for example, I was saying to Alan the other day, yesterday I think, was talking about the pain guy.
Yeah,
The only difference between what we're really doing is I have a different belief about how the body works.
yeah,
Because we have all these, it's like we have this big macro of the human body, which is a spreadsheet. If you do this, this happens. If you do this happens. But I have observed that when I touch the body and I think of it the way I think of it fascially, the body responds differently. That's how I'm
right,
able to take a 28-degree scoliosis and reverse it in 1 hour because
right,
I believe the body is different.
yeah,
And what I've noticed is, and I've never really shared with anybody those beliefs. And so that's what we're going to be doing starting in May for 12 months. I'm going to take people through a journey. And basically, every person who is who's a part of that, we're putting it behind a paywall because I'm going to say stuff that I'm not yet able to say here.
right. And it's quite the transition from like helping people get out of pain to actually helping people perform
Yeah.
in their life.
You know, it's funny though. It's the only difference because my physiological stuff that I did maxed out about a
Right.
year ago. There was incrementally no change for the physical input. Like I wasn't. It didn't matter if I had a better technology or a better
Hmm.
supplement or it just. I was incrementally getting better like this, but
Yeah.
there was no shift. And the shift happened. You know, one of the things that I say to people is we say that performance, we measure performance in the body, but performance in the body is a reaction to performance out here.
Right.
So if I'm measuring the reaction, I'm never ever going to truly be able to master performance.
Hmm.
So we're going to teach people how to perform in their in their field, in their entropic field. And when I'm performing here, then the body commensurately performs.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and this is why when I go to somebody like who's still working in the body, it's like it's literally like talking medicine and it's like talking medicine and accounting. They're not even in the same category, and that's where I get. That's why I don't talk to a lot of practitioners or other health influencers because they're talking about stuff, and I'm like, that is so simple.
Yeah.
You
We
just
just picked up this book over the weekend.
what is it? I lost you for a second there. I lost you. Can you hear me? I lost you. Yeah. So what's the book called?
It's called The Healing Questions Guide, Relevant Questions to Ask the Mind, Activating Healing in the Body.
Oh, I love
And
that.
yeah, and it's basically like prompts to ask for different body parts, different things from fascial tics to fainting, fatigue, fallopian tube problems, itching, anything you can imagine.
So it's like
And
an application of the metaphysical anatomy.
exactly, yeah. And then this book is, I mean, this book is like
Yeah.
a Bible essentially to us.
So as a PhD, a doctor who's been out there and researched, how valuable do you find metaphysical anatomy in the book that you have? How valuable do you find that in working with people?
Oh, so incredibly valuable. I mean, I see it in my day-to-day life with Alan and myself. Even speaking about the parent-children relationship in Alan's like chronic pain journey, there was only so much improvement that could happen unless I started to also heal myself because I've we live together. We've been together for 15 years. It's our energetic signatures are so aligned and attached that whatever I feel, he feels, and he feels, I feel. And if we weren't independently and together diving into all of these metaphysical components, we would be stuck at a certain element of healing. Like there's only so much that we could have done on a physical level.
Do you think I mean you're new out of the program, and so like you're coming into the world of practice now. So do you feel that there's a lot of people like yourself starting to come up? Is that a change or
Do you mean like in from the human garage element or from the like academics space?
I mean from the human garage element, do you think there's a lot of other PhD candidates or doctors that are starting to think this way or at least be open to it?
My personal experience is that I have only met people that are open to it, that have experienced some level of strong pain themselves or within their family. I find like the best possible human connection is a shared experience, and I have only met people that I've been able to connect with on that level that have experienced it in some way. Maybe they are out there, but that is just
Yeah,
my experience.
realistically, necessity is the mother of all invention.
Yeah.
And because it opens us up to be aware, because once we have a chronic issue, that's what I love about the parents group, is that they know more than any of the doctors that they're talking to.
Right.
They're just not confident. I mean, because
Yeah.
they've tried everything and they've been doing it from time to time. That's why when I want to have a question, I'll call them sometimes. Say, hey, what have you done for this?
Right.
Oh, I've been to these 15 doctors. I did these 30 things. None of these worked. This one did. And that's what I find in necessity, really.
Right, exactly. Because the traditional system will give you things that are within a textbook, within what they've seen in the general population. But to me, everyone's experience is one of one. And we can find similarities as we're mirrors for each other in all of us, but we have to be able to share with one another. We have to be able to learn what each person is experiencing and find the mirror within that person, and then try to apply it to our life because it could be helpful in our own healing.
Yeah. So what about Earth Angels Project?
Um, it's gone through a roller coaster of a journey. I worked up the idea like 3 years ago when I was starting my PhD, and have been super passionate and excited about it for a long time. I think I've had my own personal blocks on why I haven't pushed it forward and evolved. I kept telling myself that I needed a partner, I needed someone to bounce ideas off of, I needed support and things on social media and whatnot. And I think those were all, you know, areas that I needed to work on within myself. But um, the passion
Trusting
is
your own
just,
voice.
yeah,
Yeah.
trusting that
It's
I
all
am valid
about just
enough.
believing in your own voice.
Yeah. So, this last, I would say, like 7 month season since my birthday in August when I turned 30 has just been like a wild ride in the metaphysical realm. Just things spiritually, metaphysically have moved so quickly, and there's so much to integrate, it feels. But I definitely feel in a space right now where I'm ready to take steps on my own, doors or something to start. Um, but
So
yeah.
it's time to claim it. Today's the day. It's 28 degree. It's a manifest in Pisces day. There's not a day in your life that you could manifest better than today.
So I had a question about that because I'm a 28-degree Leo in my moon, and then my Chiron is also, oh, sorry, my sun. And my Chiron is also a 28-degree Leo.
Yeah. So basically, it means you're afraid of yourself.
Mm, yeah.
Your wound is you, and your wound is following your heart. Because in other states of awareness of life, you went all the way to the end of following your heart to
Mhm.
be the shining leader. And then right at the last minute, you gave up.
Mhm. Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah, but that's okay. But that's you feel that change since you hit 30.
Right. So it's what does that mean? Like, as
What does
in,
your heart want? What does your heart want this year? Not your brain.
yeah, to really,
Don't
yeah.
think.
Um, I think I started off my birthday with a desire for confidence in myself.
What
That was sort of a
does your
theme.
heart want? You told me what you think.
Uh, okay.
What lights you up? What makes you into a little girl again?
I think, I'm saying I think again. Doing what I want to,
Yeah. Yes, not being bound.
yeah,
It's not being restricted. It's to follow your heart. So
yeah.
what stops you from following your heart?
I think I stop myself. I
Okay,
like
you do.
create
Yeah,
problems.
but what in your world stops you? What have you
Um,
set up? What are the conditions you set up in your world that stop you from following your heart right now?
I think I spread myself too thin and commit to like I'm not good with boundaries.
Okay. Yeah.
Rela
So you're setting
boundaries
boundaries.
of
So
relationships.
you're
Yeah.
setting boundaries with yourself. Okay. So setting boundaries with what your heart wants, starting off.
Hmm.
Because you'll do things that your brain tells you or you're obligated to do. You come from a family of doctors, mom
Yeah.
and dad, and so you have rules basically of how you're supposed to show up.
Yeah. And I grew up that way, like very regimented, and between all my activities that I did, it was very, very structured. And I felt as a kid sometimes that I was mad that I didn't get to do what I wanted. And that
Uh,
translates now into my adulthood that I get mad when I set a plan for myself and then it changes. Um,
okay.
yeah.
So, so I used to get mad when I set a plan for myself and it changes.
Hmm.
So you have to say that.
I used to get mad when I set a plan for myself and it changes.
Your eyebrow went up when you did it too. You again.
I used to get mad when I set a plan for myself and it changes.
I'm willing to accept change.
I'm willing to accept change.
I'm committed to following my heart.
I'm committed to following my heart.
I'm no longer going to let myself down
I'm no longer going to let myself
or,
down
or be burdened by my thoughts or the rules of society.
or be burdened by my thoughts or the rules of society.
I'm going to follow my heart each and every day.
I'm going to follow my heart each and every day.
And when I don't,
And when I don't,
I'm going to remind myself,
I'm going to remind myself,
and then I'm going to pick myself up
and then I'm going to pick myself up
and follow my heart again.
and follow my heart again. Yeah. I find with the fascial maneuvers, like all the chest opening stuff just frees up this whole area so much. And I can feel a difference when I don't do it. Like it almost feels like I'm like blocking my heart in when I don't do it.
Yeah. Well, what you're doing is by not speaking what your heart wants, you're constricting your heart. That's what I
Hmm.
was like
Yeah.
earlier, because it's like I'm getting choked by you not speaking.
Yeah. There's definitely some
You
connection with
basically at some point you spoke your heart's truth and you got shut down for it.
yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of like my female lineage in my family, like my mom and sister, are kind of like strong personalities, and my grandma was as well. And I sort of took like the quieter role and was like shut down more easily, or I didn't believe that I had value in talking as much in the family dynamic. And so I let, myself be overpowered in a lot of situations.
So that's what we call a precondition.
Yeah.
So that you could, after 30,
Right.
you had to have that. See, the thing is, I mean, at a 28 degree, you literally have been tested your whole life. You're afraid of yourself. So, I mean, you are your wound. And the
Right.
reason why you put that in front of you is because this lifetime you're breaking out of it.
Hmm.
That's why you've had all the energy since your birthday.
Yeah. That's what I was curious about with the Chiron and then I have like a few other like double numbers I have to check, but like double numbers in Capricorn, I think, as well, and Alan's a Capricorn, so we both just have a lot of Leo and Capricorn going on.
Yeah, you guys are just a big mix of seahorse and lion.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. It's sea goat. Sorry, sea goat. Capricorn's a goat, but it has a tail.
Oh, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
even
it's
know that.
funny because it's a goat. It's a sea goat, and Leo. Listen, I mean, I've had the opportunity to watch you guys for several years,
Hmm.
and it's right now. It's you're currently now making decisions by saying, I'm not going to do this, and or I'm going to do this. And the decisions that you're pulling in, even today, are the ones that are guiding you in your future.
Hmm.
And because you're a 28 degree, you literally manifest the problem so that you can rise above it.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. It definitely feels like we're coming to like a precipice, so to speak. Alan's giving me words to use. Coming to a precipice of, we've spent so many years peeling back layers of an onion of like the story of what, chronic pain was and what the journey was to us and what emotions came behind it and the conditioning and all of the things. And now we kind of came to a point where I feel like there's no more peeling. Now we just need to like step out of it and step forward. And that's almost, a word we've used a lot this month is like overwhelm. It's almost like overwhelming that now we actually have to take a step. We've purged as much as possible. This month, like I literally just have had
You
three
finish
purges
school
in a
and you
row.
finish school of life. You finish
Yeah.
school and you finish the school of life all the same year. So
Yeah.
it's you're just putting it into action this year. And listen, you don't you're making it's for you. It's about saying no. Literally,
Hmm.
it's about saying no to things that don't light up your heart and just following that. And you can take the pressure off. You've already been doing all the work. Like you don't.
Right.
There's no more tests anymore. Your lives have already changed. I can see it in both of your lives. You already changed so much, and you can see it's a momentum building.
Hmm.
So you've already done it. If you do nothing else for the rest of your life is going to work out exactly the way you want
That's good to hear.
it. And then right now, it's just a matter of how quick and how much pain it is in getting there. Like every time you come up with a decision, follow my heart, don't follow my heart. Go over here.
Yeah.
Oh, don't follow my heart again. Go over there. Follow my
Right.
heart. Follow my heart. Follow my heart. Follow my heart. I'm back. So
Right.
basically, you're just making decisions, and it's like, is this really what I want to do? And
Right.
it doesn't matter the logic behind it. This is where people are getting stuck up right now. It's because I've invested all this time or this energy. I have all these rules, or this is how it's supposed to go. This is where everybody's getting caught up right now. I say to people right now, the law of attraction is in action, meaning that everything that we are attracting, or we're getting right now, we're attracting. So everything.
Yeah.
If you're getting shit, you're attracted. If you're getting good, you attracted it.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I think, I don't want to say issue, but I think something that we struggled with in the past was that putting the power into other people's hands and making it seem as though the decision we were making was because of other people
Yeah.
having power over us and our lives. And now it definitely seems that we are taking back that power. Yeah, but it's a, for me at least, it's a emotional concept to say no and to feel okay that others might not be okay with my no.
So you're 28 is Taurus, which is the heart, and they hold back the heart, and Leo is the projection. And today is a 28-degree Taurus day.
Mm. So when you say hold back the heart, does that mean they protect their heart?
Protect your heart, yeah, and don't want to speak, don't want to. Leos are a pure Leo. Like if you're if you're a 1-degree Leo, you just be out projecting all over. Like I
Yeah,
want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. But you're that 28-degree that says it's like the Taurus, but the difference is that you can manifest anything your heart wants when you follow your heart, because 28 is a degree of manifestation.
okay. Yeah, that's interesting because I've never resonated with like the true Leo horoscope, so to speak, if
No,
we're talking just the basic horoscopes. I'm like, I'm not a Leo.
yeah,
And but that makes a lot of sense. And like the
yeah.
truth, the
You're coming
empath
into your
nature.
Leo-ness. You've
Yeah.
been living the Taurus of you, which is to be reserved, step back, not say anything, not hurt anybody. Leo's like a pure Leo. They don't mind actually telling you something that hurts you. They're like,
Yeah.
no, this is what I believe. This is what I want.
Yeah.
And so, but you had to go through that constriction in your first 30 years, your Saturn return, so that you know the contrast. You have all this mastery, and when you come into this world, if you didn't go through all that, you wouldn't be who you are today.
Yeah, no, it's very true. I keep saying that Alan's rubbing off on me because he's super direct and always like says things for what it is, and I'm trying to get there, but
You're getting there. You're getting
that
there.
makes
And
a lot of
you know,
sense.
it really starts off with you. It's like the little things. It's like I know that you spend a lot of time going to school, and
Yeah,
that tends to have a predefined output.
right.
And everything you do right now is to check in. Is this really what my heart? Do I get lit up? And when you get lit up, it's like I want to do this like a kid.
Yeah,
If you don't get that lit up like a kid, I guarantee you're gonna have pain in it. I guarantee you.
right. That makes a lot of sense. And I, in a way, went through so much school to check off boxes that I set for myself young ago when I was trying to, make sure that I pleased some people and things like that. And I don't regret any part of it because I'm grateful for my education and where it's taken me now. Um, but in a way, now I feel like the world is my playground and that I can actually step
Yeah.
out and do what I want. So I'm trying not to get overwhelmed by the possibility.
Yeah. I mean, literally, and the way you don't get overwhelmed is just where's my heart want? Yeah.
Hmm.
Because there are going to be opportunities too that come at you, and you're going to go, yeah, that looks good, but where's my heart really want?
Right.
Because with and just bit by bit, you're just getting used to asking that question. So I mean, both you guys, this year is a breakout year for you because it's a Capricorn year.
Hmm.
So and then you're finding out, you're starting to sort out and make decisions on what you want to do this year. It's next year is when everything takes action. So this year is your decision year. So just don't put the pressure on you to have the output this year. Like
Okay.
you're still drawing in all the information to make decisions.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, and the last thing I'll say about like closing circles in the last year was that on to the day Alan had a skiing accident that totally like catapulted his whole chronic pain journey 14 years ago on his birthday. And we went skiing again for the first time in 14 years on the same day. And that day, I think I purged the entire 14 years of the journey. I was just the most nervous wreck, could not control myself. It was a full out of body experience, but I was in like the bathroom of a fancy restaurant on his birthday doing fascial maneuvers because I thought I was going to throw up.
Yeah.
And so,
Right. Yeah, the journey, look at the rough part's over for both of you guys. This is all now just, show up and, pick what you want each and every day. You guys have been putting in the work, you really have.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for your support always. I hope that we cross paths in person again soon.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
coming to Cancun in May, but I don't think you guys will be there at that time.
when are you coming?
May 16th, and then I'm possibly we're thinking of maybe
No, we'll
like
be
Alan then.
in Austin, but why don't you
Yeah.
come down before you come to Cancun? Why don't you come down to Austin, May 12th? We're just announcing our event.
Yeah. Alan, I think is coming for sure. I will try to come as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one too.
Yeah.
So we have a whole bunch of people gonna be communing there because
Okay.
that's the energy buildup. I think you're coming to Cancun. Go to your astro chart, astro cryptology, whatever it
Yeah.
is, and find there's something about Cancun that's on your chart. I don't know what it is, but that's why you're
Okay.
coming here during that time because if you're gonna launch anything, the best time to launch it is between now and May 18th, and the closer you get to the 18th, the better.
Okay. I will. I'm going to look that up.
Yeah, Gary, I'm listening. I'm just entertaining Benji during. He seems very excited that Dahlia's on the live.
He's very excited.
With the astrocartography, it's been so cool. We've been looking into it, and there's so many things that have held true. Like the accident that I had was on what was it? My Pluto line,
Yeah.
which is in Quebec.
Yeah.
All of these spiritual lines are in California, and since we moved here, that whole world has opened up.
And my Pluto line goes through Toronto, where we're from, which is really hilarious.
Ah,
I have
there you
a
go.
really hard time every time I go
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's like Toronto is like, ah!
Yeah, it's exactly that. So
Yeah, Cynthia's Pluto line is Cancun. That's why she avoids this
Yeah.
place.
Interesting.
Yeah, we get that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, looking forward to seeing you guys both again shortly.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you so
We'll
much for
see you
showing
soon.
up and being who you are. I can't wait to see what this manifests itself into this year, next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, we're excited. Thank
Now I'm
you
going to
so
be
much.
able to say, I remember when you guys were this, because
Yeah.
you're both making big impacts in the world, and it's going to really, really start to come out this year.
Thank you.
We're
We
excited.
appreciate you.
See you soon,
Yeah.
Gary.
Bye.
Lisa.
Yeah, if you guys aren't on the boat yet, we have mechanics all over the place. Fresh Messiah. We have mechanics. We have PhDs all over the world starting to study fascial maneuvers.
The man, the myth,
Isaiah, how you
super
doing?
legend. What's up, Gary? Let me find this
Good.
tripod real quick.
Good. I'm maybe we could end up today. We do a little bit of breath work and get you ready for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm getting a little tingly too.
Yeah. No, that works. I'm on a live right now, but yeah, no, I wanted to just hop on because I'm doing Ramadan, so I'm fasting sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
And it's powerful. And adding human garage, breath work, and all the other things that are included is just like it's never ending. It's never ending. There's always and then I just think about like the first time doing the fascia maneuvers and how did I get here? You know what I mean? Like, how did this come into existence? And then I'm like, it's the little things. Like you coming on live every day is a little thing that's continuing to change everybody's perception and experience, you know?
Well, you guys are going to be definitely holding the fort, and we're going to do some new stuff behind because I'm going to start focusing all my efforts on what happens after you've broken through.
After you what?
There's a number of people starting to come through that breakthrough stage,
Yeah.
and we don't have any content for them yet.
Yeah. Would you say that on this path, right? On this path from doing your first ever fascia maneuver to, let's say, somebody like me on my fourth or fifth time, what, like, you just got to keep going, right? There's no like, don't stop. You know what I mean? Like once you get comfortable, don't stop.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I think I might be able to show you something. Let me take a look. Let me see here. I'm gonna see if I can find it. Because there was definitely a time window of when it started. Actually, you remind me of that because there was a point in time where baby. Okay. I got it in here somewhere. Yeah, it's been a journey because fascia maneuvers, it wasn't like it was like this one inspiration that led to another one that led to another one. It wasn't one thing.
Yeah. Would you say in your experience too that people have a certain one that they resonate with more, or is it like
I
certain?
I think people kind of generally do. I believe that.
Yeah.
I mean, what about yourself?
Mine is the hip one. Like that is the most powerful one by far. Like I feel things from my neck, my ears, everything in between. But I also know like most of my trauma that started this journey was through my hip. So because I know that specific movement, it's if I ever need to just like let go of something, go to that one right away. Like go into, you know, lean over, get real low, twist, and now just how deep can you breathe and let go?
Right. Yeah, I think for me that's actually a good point. That was actually it's on my phone. I was going to show you the very first Totally Twisted video,
Yeah.
and it's not coming up right now.
And what
I'm not sure.
year was that? What year was that?
Well, I was describing it. It was in 2000 and I think it was 2000, early 2019
Yeah.
when when at the very first time.
Yeah.
I'll take one more shot at finding it here because
Just said
it's
which hip
super.
one?
It
That
was
one where
super.
you
Go ahead.
here, lean,
It was
and
a
then squat.
Totally Twisted standing. I was describing how it worked, and it was just one of those things. I look back at it. I found it the other day, and I forgot that I had done it. I said, "You got to take a video of this," and I told the guy I was with, "So you have to take a video of this. This is going to change things."
At that time, you're saying?
Yeah, yeah, I knew it. I knew that it was going to change something. I just didn't. I wasn't. I'll have to. I'll post it up someplace.
Okay.
So let's do a little bit of breath work to close off for today.
Okay, cool. So first one, let's just give our body a hug. So just hold your bodies however you feel best. It can be up here, it can be down here, wherever you want to hug yourself, hug your body. We're gonna take 7 inhales, 7 exhales. Every breath, connect and feel your body expanding as you breathe in. As you exhale, feel it contract. Here we go. Inhale, let it go. Again, inhale, let it go. Inhale, a little bit bigger, a little bit wider. Let it go. The next 4, focus more on your exhale. Let it go. 3 breaths, really good. Let it go. 2, let it go. Best one. And let it go. Move your neck, move your shoulders. How are you feeling?
Every time I do this with you, I get high. I mean, that's why. I mean, I'll get online or I watch the replay afterwards. But
Yeah.
how have you been enjoying doing the Tuesdays?
I love it. I love it. It's fun, and what it's brought me to now is like I can see how it's been like you said, a leading ground. So like I'm not gonna show it completely, but I just made this board of all these things that I'm gonna focus on, all these areas, all these parts, all these pieces, and it's given me now a sense of direction. So like one of them is create 10 YouTube videos. Create 10 YouTube videos. I created a manual. So like by doing this consistently and practicing, it's like what people always say, where can I get this more? Where can I? And it's like if they don't, it's available. Now they're asking me instead of saying, go to our YouTube, go to our 28-day reset, go to our 3-day protocol, go to our go get it.
Build it. And then the other part too is putting in a place to do a Zoom course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's on there too. Breath of the week, online and group classes. So it's like I'm watching what I want to become and what I want to share more of, but I'm also practicing with you and with your whole like umbrella. And now it's like, oh wow, this is so cool. What would my umbrella be like? You know what I mean? So it's just like it's like being able to surf on somebody else's board.
Yeah.
Until I have the confidence to say, all right, I'm gonna surf this. But we're surfing on the same ocean.
Yeah.
It's just I have the courage now to actually paddle into the ocean.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole point. And also by us going over into this performance side, I'm clearing a whole wave for you guys, all of you, and everybody else who's contributing like you into our programs to rise up in leadership.
Yeah.
Because really, I mean, I definitely crossed a boundary this year. Like in this last 6 months,
Yeah.
I am a different person than I was 6 months ago or a year ago. Like completely.
Yeah.
I mean, physically, emotionally, in every way, shape, or form. And now I want to go create all this new stuff. It just doesn't fit over here with the I still got to get fixed up stuff.
Yeah. And what I can see too is like you can clearly like even when you post your old videos, it's like who is that? It's almost like that like you're not even close to like, but it's also so beautiful to see like you're still the same being. This is the same being, but the amount that you've transformed within and like changed and adapted, it's like witnessing a miracle, but it's like being able to see it in somebody else.
It is
now helps us see it within ourselves. Like now I see it in my own self and I'm like, I'm going through the same thing. I just am not recording videos and posting so consistently. So it's not as seen, you know what I mean? But I know it's happening. So now
it is a miracle.
How do I do the same process? Like now I'm encouraged to do the same process. Show
my greatest
30 days.
The greatest change for me I've had in the last 12 months. What have I done in the last 12 months? I stripped away all the barriers of protection and I put everything that I am online every day.
Yeah.
And that's what was different because that brought up judgment from people, which I processed. It brought up people calling me fat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different to be in videos, but to be there live is, because then you're constant. People then know exactly who you are and where you show up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And by me sharing, I got this every day. I got to see a reflection of myself. And that's, like I've done 300 episodes or more, a little over that, probably with other stuff. I've done almost 400 episodes live this year.
That's so amazing.
And it's been transformative because it's one thing, it's putting all those things that I have that I talk about a little bit, putting them into practice. And I believe that the more people that we touch and we help, the broader the help, the more I share from who I am, my soul, the more I get back.
Yeah. And I know exactly what you're saying. It's like if you don't have it, you can't give it. If you didn't have this bandwidth or this frequency or this capability, you wouldn't be able to share it.
That's why I didn't do the performance stuff yet. Because I was working on this belief system, but not 100% confident that it was going to be, because there was a lot of questions, even with my teeth and stuff like that. Like, I know, I just don't know the mechanism of when or what the process is, but I know that my teeth are all changing and growing back.
Yeah.
I mean, all of them, not just some of
Yeah.
them. They're all gonna go. They're
Yeah.
all gonna grow. So I know that now. But I was like, there was points even a year ago where I'm like, is this okay? Am
Yeah.
I is this really gonna be okay? And then I felt so good in my body, in my life. I said, well, even if it's not okay in the physical sense, like people can see, I got to that point where I looked at a lot of gurus and they're like I wouldn't want to look like them or feel like them or look like
Yeah.
them or be like them. But if to feel this way, I'm okay to do that then, if that's what it was. And then, oh my gosh, now I'm starting to get all the physical evidence in my body.
Yeah.
And it's coming fast, man. Like I'm super strong in basic stuff. Not
Yeah.
don't ask me to lift a barbell,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but I can carry people on my back.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, because like you say, right, our body keeps score. So like all of those previous experiences in weightlifting, now that you're a functional, like you practice functionality and efficiency, all of those things are still relevant because they're carrying over to like efficient weight, right?
Yeah.
That's what you'd say?
Yeah. Yeah. There's a mechanism. It's a what I learned. I'm not good. Like I learned how to build the body through an old belief system, and I got pretty good at it. I mean, I was a nationally ranked bodybuilder. One, I spent most of my life in really, really like what we consider to be good
Yeah.
looking,
Yeah.
healthy condition. Spent most of my life there, and then I went through. It's kind of like when I would bulk up for a contest. I would go and I would train and bulk for a couple. Sometimes I would get ready for a couple years and then come out. Well, I did the same thing. It's just I'm doing it now with my new fascia body and
Yeah.
my fascials,
Yeah.
instead of my muscles.
Yeah.
And it's the same process that I went through when I was a kid to become a bodybuilder. I'm just becoming a human being.
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of going towards something, you're going towards your being, your best being.
Yeah.
Like you're not. It's not a competition. I need to be able to do this. It's I'm working towards being my best
Yeah.
being, and that's yeah. I'm in 100%. I can see how I've applying the same fundamentals of football practice, all of those things that it required in that avenue, and now saying how can I cut out the things that are unnecessary? How can I cut out
Uh-huh.
the things that are just making me like not unnecessary, but it's just like it's just let it be, like let it just be over there. You know what I mean? And just keep practicing the craft. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
That's what it was. It was, and I was, as I was saying earlier, I got to a point where there's nothing more physically I could do. So then it became how I managed my emotions, my thoughts, my beliefs, how that interacted with the people around me. And being heavily back in community has been the biggest change because I get a constant reflection. And without that constant, like I can go when I'm not in community every day, or I go home and I'm in my bedroom or in my house separate from everybody else, and I only interact with people in bits. I don't really get the reflection. So when I'm really off, I don't sometimes know it. It can go days, months, years before I realize that, oh, that's me. But living in community, I'm like, you get it right away.
Yeah. It's like there's no pause, or it's like a constant like
Yeah.
ripple effect happening with you because you realize how much you're also creating it.
It's
Like,
my display screen.
yeah.
It's the display screen of my projection.
Yeah.
So I can look around my community that I live with or the community online, and I go, that's a reflection of me.
Yeah.
And this is what I want everybody to do is there's a lot of, we've been trained to be out of community, to be private, to be secret. It is the opposite of that, to be healthy and perform in life. It's the opposite of that.
Yeah.
It's never in human history have we been not communal, and we are today as a society.
Yeah. Would you say that also contributes to why the health and mental crisis that we're also in is because of this hyper independence?
100%. Yeah, because what happens is, I mean, it's a bunch of things, but we used to always be together in community. Even we would go and whether it's a couple times a week or once a day, we would dance together, we eat together. And we don't do that as a society. There's nowhere where we do that today on a regular basis. I mean, there are some cultures that do it more, but even in those cultures that used to do it more, they don't do it that much anymore.
Yeah. Because even what I always think about is like, what are the things that do exist, right? The systems or the habits, whatever it be. I feel like church was one of those things, maybe, but that's also like the
Well,
dogma of,
church was,
yeah,
but church was, it was community around being controlled.
yeah.
It was
But it's
basically the church following the idea of religion, organized religion. It was to conscript people back into a way of believing about something. It wasn't about faith. It was about conscription.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
And by the way, I say that because like I grew up in
Yeah.
churches and I, you know, and I spent even like even when I got married in 2014, I spent 7 years at the Kabbalah Center, 6 years, I guess, at the Kabbalah Center, and I got to see it from different ways and different angles.
yeah,
Like I'm one of those guys. Like I tried on lots of different religions
yeah,
because I wasn't sure how they fit.
yeah, yeah. Because it's so interesting too, because it's like you feel, it's like, once again, it's all vibrations, it's all energy, it's all frequency, right? So
Yeah.
the person that goes to church, oh yeah, I go to church every Sunday, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you go to church, but do you live like you're in a temple?
I live.
You know what I mean? Like,
I live in church. I live in the Church of Humanity, the Church
yeah,
of Belief,
that's what
the
I'm saying
Church
though.
of Health and Wellness.
But that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's like there's still a level. If you say I go to church, it's like that frequency operates on it. It's contained,
Yeah.
right? And then
Yeah.
and now to say I live in this temple, I live in this holy temple, I live in a way that optimizes my own well-being, is now like, oh, I have space.
Yeah.
Oh, I can challenge status quo. I can challenge things, and it's not a threat. Like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's, yeah. Like even doing Ramadan, right? I'm not Muslim, but I just know fasting for 30 days from sun up to sundown is going to benefit me in all ways.
You get the power. You get the energy of it. You understand the experience. When a lot of people do the same thing at the same time, it builds an energy, and you can experience that collective energy too.
Yeah.
That's what's really powerful. Ramadan is more powerful way to experience that belief system than everything else they do, because you're actually physically taking an action with everybody at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. So.
Anyways, I appreciate you so much, everybody tuning in on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Breath Messiah.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
Much love, Gary. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Peace.
Okay, everybody, that is it for today. Looking forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. Have a great day.